Welcome to another edition of the Victorian Ghost Hunter Investigates. On this episode, I'm taking you into an old picture house in Blackpool. That picture house is the Regent, and if I just turn around, you'll get a wonderful view of the Regent itself. The Regent opened on the 17th of January, 1971. And it was an independent picture house. People came from all over the Fylde coast to watch movies here. In 1953, it was the first cinema in the area to show a film in 3D. Imagine what it would have been like for the people of the Fylde coast to come here and see a film in 3D. Things changed over the years. In 1969, they added bingo once a week. And in 1971, it became a bingo hall. It was owned by Coral and then by Gala. There were some refurbishments done inside the Regent. Now, it's owned by Rick, who has very kindly allowed the Victorian Ghost Hunter Investigates to go inside. I'll be spending some time wandering around in the cinema, on the main floors where it's now an antique centre, and I'll also be taking you down into a cellar. I love cellars, people know that. This was the old boiler room inside the picture house. Under the stage would have been behind the pit where there used to be an orchestra during the years as it was a cinema. But for now, let's go inside this amazing building, the Victorian Ghost Hunter Investigates, the Regent. So we've made it up the stairs at last, and it's time now to go into the cinema. Let's go through the doors and let me show you the Regent. This is the cinema on the balcony. This is an amazing place. If you haven't been, you must come. Absolutely stunning. The seats looking down onto the screen. And now you can see where I'm going to be when I turn the lights out. But there are other locations around here that I will be going into. Right behind me now is the diner. And in here, it's a bit dark at the moment, no lights on. There are some screens for the CCTV cameras that are around the building. And sometimes people who are in the diner waiting to be served, they'll be watching the screens because they're on public view. And they do see things on the camera. I'm not just talking about orbs, which many people do see. And of course, the jury is out for many on orbs. Are they a manifestation of a spirit being? Some people believe yes, some people, they don't agree. But other things are seen on the CCTV footage. But we'll get to that later. Let's have another little look down this way. So we're just going down the steps now towards the front of the balcony. You can still see some of the ground floor beneath us. And if we look over, we can see the sign that says Monroe's. Monroe's after Marilyn Monroe, of course, is the ladies' toilets. And over here, we have the gents' toilets. Bogart's. Dirk Bogart, of course. Now, we're going to go back up to the top of the balcony. Very shortly, I will be turning the lights out. Perhaps I should tell you something about the balcony first. Or should I wait until the lights are on? I think we'll wait. But let me take you to another area. Because behind this door is the door and the steps that lead up to the projection booth. Now, it's old metal stairwell. So if the camera goes off, it's because I've dropped it. But let's see if we can do this now. You can see above us, we're going up into the projection booth. Now this is something to behold. This is an amazing part of the building, and very few people get an opportunity to come up here. So it's great that I'm able to bring you into this room. You can see the projectors that they use to actually play the films on the screen here at the Regent. Absolutely amazing. And it's amazing what goes on in this room. And I don't just mean playing the movies that you can watch on the screen from the balcony. I mean activity that takes place in here. But again, we'll get to that shortly. It's time to leave this projection room. I don't particularly want to, because it is an amazing place. Actually, you can see these ladders, which would have led right outside through a hatch up there. Doesn't happen now, of course. Health and safety today is not what it was when the Regent first opened as a cinema. It's time to go back down the stairs, and for this, I will be pausing because these steps are very steep. So I'll see you when I get back downstairs. Made it in one piece. Now, I do think it is time to go for a little bit of a wander downstairs in the main area of the antique centre where many of the stalls are. But I have brought someone with me, and I know you all enjoy my little friend. You know that she has been with me at 2 previous locations on the Victorian Ghost Hunter Investigates, Lowther Pavilion and the Rakes Hall. Now, at the end or during the video that you watched of the Rakes Hall, you will know I have asked you to name my eerie friend. I couldn't help it. I had to push the button. I have looked at many of those names, the suggestions, but I haven't named her just yet. I'm going to leave it up to you. I'm going to take all the names that you suggest for my little friend, and I'm going to put them into a poll, and you can choose her name. Again, below in the comments, tell me what you think she should be called, and I will take all those names and add them to the poll. And I'll stop calling her my eerie little friend. But I will be placing her in a location in the Regent, and who knows what she's done on past investigations and tours with me, she may do here. But I'll set her down for now. Time to get a bit more casual. Shouldn't wear a hat inside. And now I'm going to take you on a walk. We're going down onto the main floor. So let me just take you through the doors. We come downstairs onto the main floor. And if you haven't been to the Regent, as I said when we were on the balcony, you have got to come. Not just because of the strange goings on, but because it is an amazing hidden gem. It's absolutely amazing what you can find at the Regent. All these stalls from Elvis, the steampunk, antiques. There is so much here. People spend hours just wandering around the Regent. And of course, it holds auctions as well. Do have a look at their website. You'll see so much on there as well. But of course, that's not the real reason I brought you here. A little tease for you. This area, we'll be coming back here a little bit later. Much has happened in the Regent. Strange noises. But I will get to that very shortly. With the lights on, it doesn't seem so bad. But when the lights go off, it's very different. I am lucky that I'm able to take you to one very, very strange location. And it's over there. Because when I go through the curtain, that's going to take us down into the boiler room, into a cellar, which is extremely dark. There are no lights. But thankfully, I have my lamp with me. So, let's go into the cellar. There are other areas that I'm hoping I can take you to. But let me make my way through the curtain. Now, this is where it gets awkward, because I'm going to turn the camera around so you can go first. You know what I'm like by now. And I'm going to try and light the way. And remember where the stairs are. Because it is so dark. Oh, it's not good whenever you see a reflection of you in a mirror. Now, let's carry on. Oh my goodness. It is eerie down here. I'm not sure if you can see anything. This door must be kept closed. Maybe that's telling me something. Maybe I shouldn't go through. No, let's ignore the sign. Let's go through. Let's see what is here. We are directly beneath what would have been the stage of the old cinema. Now, I'm just going to move the camera around. Don't go anywhere. Now. So we're beneath what would have been the stage, under the stage, where the screen is now. And this is the old boiler area. Definitely somewhere you don't really want to be in the dark, but we will come back down. And I think this is where I will be leaving my little friend. Because I have spent time here, and I have spent time under the stage in this room. And I have experienced things before, so let's keep our fingers crossed. Perhaps we'll experience something together down here. It is eerie. It is so dark. Apart from this lamp, there is absolutely no light whatsoever down here. You can see the old pipes running around, the old brick wall. Now it's time to go back through the door. If I can get through in one piece. And we're going to go back up the stairs into the safety of the Regent's main floor. Let's go up the stairs. We've come back into the projection room now. I do like this room, and also I don't like this room. I know, a very strange statement to make, but there is something about this room. Things move. Lights come on when there's nobody here. People who are wandering in the ground floor, they see a light coming from the very back of the balcony. And when they look up, they can see the lights are coming through these small windows. When films are played, you can see from the projector through those windows, and that is where they project onto the screen. But these lights come on when there is no one in the projection room, when the cinema is locked up. Who is turning on the lights? Who is moving things inside the projection room? I'm going to put the camera down, and I'm just going to sit down on this little chair. Oh, we're a bit lopsided. Let me move you. Hopefully, you can see. When staff have seen the lights come on through those windows, they will run up the stairs from the ground floor to the doors they have to unlock and padlock, unchain to come into the balcony, into the cinema. They'll climb up that metal stairwell to come into the projection room, and they physically have to switch the lights out. There's one switch just behind the door. So somebody must have come in and switched the light on, but it's not the staff. Reels, the movie reels, they'll be stored over to one side on the shelves, and again, they move like other things that are in this room. They'll be sat in a particular place. They need to be in a particular place because they're going to be used to show to the public on the screen. But when the projectionist has come in, sometimes those reels are not where they were. They have been physically moved. And again, this is not when the cinema is open. This is when it's locked up. I'm going to sit for a moment and just listen, just soak in the atmosphere in this room, because it does feel strange. It does feel almost claustrophobic. The room isn't that small, but it feels like everything is getting smaller and darker. I know it's not. It's just a feeling. You can hear the wind outside. Traffic going up and down Church Street. The noise is bleeding in from outside, so it could be masking any noises that may be heard in this room. So I think rather than spend more time here for now, we might come back later, but for now, I'm going to go back in to the cinema and go back downstairs if you want to join me. It is almost total darkness. But one good thing about here is I will at least be able to see my way down the steps clearly. Because I want to take you to the front of the balcony. Because it's here where people have seen a figure. A figure stood on the balcony, looking down below, onto the main floor. It's a man. He looks like he's searching below, searching the floor, the ground floor, down here. He's seen walking along the front of the balcony. Then he stops. He looks over. I stopped because I heard noises. Maybe it's my imagination. I hope not. This man is seen walking along the balcony front. He does stop. He looks down below onto the main floor. And then he's seen running all the way back up to the very back of the balcony, to the door. And that's where he's seen disappearing through the door. The door is closed. The door is locked. when the cinema isn't open, these doors are locked and chained. This gentleman is seen during the day when those doors are locked and chained. How can he get through these doors? How is he seen to run straight through the doors? And then he's seen downstairs. Again, he looks like he is searching for something or someone. Then he vanishes. He disappears through what is now a fire exit. Going to go back up the stairs. I'm going to take you into the diner. I'm just watching my feet. So I'll take you through the door into the diner. I'll probably end up putting the lights on in here just for a moment so you can see the diner. The light switch, here we go. Perfect. And then there is light, as they say. This is the diner where you can come when you're here to see a film and buy popcorn, hot dogs, drinks, beverages. And I've mentioned the CCTV. While people are in here waiting to be served, they do watch what is on the screen. And some people have been amazed at what they have seen. Not just other people who maybe are stood downstairs, maybe they've gone outside during the interval, but they have seen mists. They have seen figures, almost like shadows. Nobody's actually there. But I don't know how to describe it. It just looks like people, but not. I know that makes no sense, but I can only tell you what people tell me. I think we'll turn the light out in here again. And I think it's time to go back under the stage, or what would be the stage, to the boiler room in the cellar. I forgot how dark it was in here. Sadly, the lights in the cinema are on one setting, which is very bright. Oh, shall we take our friend into the cellar? I think so. I'm sorry if you're getting close-ups of me. But it is so dark in here, I can't see very well. Let's go down to the cellar. We've come back onto the main floor now. But before I take you down into the cellar, the old boiler room, there is one small area I want to take you to. Now, I'm watching where I'm going because it is very dark in here. But the area I want to take you to is a corner on the main floor, and it's where all the bookshelves are. Hundreds and hundreds of books everywhere. An amazing spot in the Regent. You should come and have a look. You'll find everything that you could ever want to read. However, why have I brought you here? Because it's in this area that people have seen a lady. A lady walks along the main floor. And then she runs. She runs all the way into this corner. She's seen sometimes hiding behind the books, as if she's crouching down all the way into this very dark corner. Now I'm going to try and walk down this way, and hopefully you will see there is a fire exit in this corner. And it's at this fire exit that people have seen, when they're browsing the books, they have seen this lady go through the door. And I do mean through the door. The door isn't opened. She disappears through the closed fire exit door. Why? We're not sure. I have an idea, but I'm still investigating that idea. We're going to leave this corner. Hopefully, I can get out of here safely without falling over anything. But our next stop is the cellar, of course. So let's make our way just a little bit further along the main floor to where the red curtain is, and go behind the curtain and see what awaits us in the cellar. So we're back down in the cellar and going into the boiler room. Hopefully you can see a little bit more now. So through that door that we're not supposed to go through, and in to this lovely room. And oh look, there's a chair. Now, I'm just going to set everything down. So bear with me 1 second. I want to put the camera down as well. If the stand allows me. Now, see who I've brought. I've got another light so you can see. I'm just going to leave her sitting on the chair. Yes, maybe you can have a look around. The old brick. It really is an old cellar. I don't like it. I really don't like being down here. Sounded like footsteps. Let's go this way. Maybe I'm hearing things now. Let's go back into the main part of the cellar again. Just watching where we're walking. Oh. Otherwise you do what I just did and trip up. Now I'm just leaving the camera running. Not because I'm going anywhere, but because I want a free hand so that I can carry this lamp and something a bit more modern, a torch as well, because this is so dark in here. I know I've done it in a few places, so I will here. If there is anyone from the spirit world with us, give us some sort of a sign. Make a noise. Do something to let us know that you are here. Not getting anything apart from cobwebs all over me, because it's not often people come down here. So, and why would they? Why would they want to? Come on, if there's anybody from the spirit world with us, give us a sign. Make a noise. Show yourself. In fact, I'm going to move my little friend. I'm going to set her on the table. If there is anyone from the spirit world with us, give me a sign. Make a noise. Move something. I'm not asking you to perform. I'm asking for proof that you are here. That's all. Definitely quiet down here. So she's sat waiting, but I think it's time to leave here. Time to go upstairs again. Because it has gone quiet. I can definitely hear footsteps. Definitely. But I can't tell if they're coming from here or above. There's nobody there. Every time I say I'm going to leave, I can hear something. And it really does sound like footsteps. If there's someone in this room with me and you do want me to leave, then give me some sort of a sign. If there's someone in this room and you don't want me to leave, give me a sign. Oh, right, footsteps again. Right next to me. There's definitely nobody here. Definitely. Come on. Who is here? Right, it is time to leave. Whoever it is that doesn't want me to leave, I'm sorry, but it's time to leave. And in fact, we're closing the door. I feel like I'm running away from the cellar, but I just don't understand why, when I'm saying I'm going to leave, am I getting footsteps? Time to leave again. Sorry. You don't seem to want to make your presence known apart from footsteps. But we need more proof than that. So it's time to leave and go back upstairs. I can hear. It sounds like voices. Definitely coming from behind me. I don't understand this. Footsteps, voices, whispering, not making any sense. Almost like a conversation. No, I'm sorry. It's time for me to go upstairs. Maybe onto the main floor or back onto the cinema balcony. It's time to leave. Going to shut this door again. Time to go up these stairs. I've come back up onto the balcony, as it is now time for us to leave the Regent. I want to say thank you to Rick, the owner of the Regent, for letting us come in. You can possibly hear him now. He has arrived in. He's turned the lights on for me, which is great, because I really didn't want to spend any more time in the dark here. I hope you've enjoyed this edition of the Victorian Ghost Hunter Investigates. I hope you've enjoyed me spending time in the cellar, getting more and more nervous. But it is time now to put the hat on and go and film elsewhere for another edition of the Victorian Ghost Hunter Investigates. Until next time, be safe.